Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to bring you Syrod versus Unholy. I'm just going to share my stream around and then the guys will know they're good to go. Syrod is streaming as well, so please do head over, show him some support. And I'm not sure Unholy is. Where are the PlayStation ones? There we go. But yeah, this is Unholy versus Syrod. This is my double elimination 1v1 tournament hosted by me, commentated on as well. Just need to let's see. I've let them know that I'm good and ready to go. Just finished sharing this around while they process that message, PlayStation. Gives it some good time. And yeah, it's my crew pros recently hitting and going over 100 members. Very well done to Luke, Jack and Official for past management, bringing us to this stage. Very pleased for the crew to see it growing and continuing to do so. And I do just have a couple more places to share this, but so many messages. Scrolling quite away. So the boys are in the lobby. Unholy repping Goat proudly. Nova repped by Syrod. Two very strong racing crews in their own right. Nova, one of the newest, and they are launching. H200 is Syrod's choice. Syrod's other choices include P-Race, Vespucci and Racing Alley. Unholy's selections are Canyon Crossing, Big Drop, Green Machine and In the City. And my palms are already beginning a slight sheen of sweat across them as they do. Still get very nervous for my friends in these situations. I do class majority of them as friends / acquaintances. Where's the approach check? There we go. That's the last one, and then I can get on to the YouTubes. They are a way to change this camera with the right control. Sorry, I have the wrong control in hand. And hold it nice and clean over the ramps with Syrod, angling the car nicely into the corner, keeps the traction really nice ahead and holds the lead slowly built up into the ball ride. Nice and smooth through it. Ooh, really unlucky there from Unholy. Very unfortunate on the exit. The front of the car just appeared to clip into the track and then that sent him barrel rolling over the barrier. We are going to head over to Syrod, allow Unholy just a minute to settle in. We'll come back to him around the halfway point of the second lap. Syrod, a little slide as he enters the tube. Nice and clean. Holding the lead. Just bringing the chat up. Apologies for that. Hello, Fluky. Good luck to both of you. From himself, we've got the Dad Prestige Hola, Esta Damas White Valeros. I tried rubbish with my pronunciation, but thank you very much for coming by, Speed, and my man Leighton Cooper. Hope you are all doing very well. Nice and smooth, misses the gaps in the barrier as he comes around a final couple of corners along this straight. Ooh, no rough off it. Stays on track though, making sure to step at the throttle nicely, not let himself drift off into the sea. over the curbs, again nice and smooth. Dab of the brakes just at the crest of the ramp, brings himself round the corner, nice and smooth. Guys just need to grasp hold of the nerves and hold on. That's a lovely wall ride, little slide on the exit. You can see there's no need to go for all the cuts, avoid the ramps get there. Pulls up above the metal line, pulling down and around, landing just after the crest of the flat piece of track. Again into the tube, nice and tidy. Through the corner, you can just hear feathering of the throttle. Comes around, very limited amount of squeals of the tyres. It gets that nice brake boost before the jump onto the bank blue barrier, reaping a bit of havoc there. We are going to flip back to my man and Holy. Did appear to be coming down that straight. Should be closing the gap in the appears, and Holy had maybe a similar issue. Hope it's nothing to do. The transition across as it came up with my name in the bottom left. Got myself back up to speed. So I got round the corner, about to head to the left and straight over the jump. And nice and smooth. Application of power around the corner. See, 1:33.528 is the best lap so far. 1:33.964 from Syrod. Best laps from the guy. Smoothly into the wall ride. Pulls out the exit. That is lovely and clean on this occasion. Hello, Kryptonite. I hope you're doing really well yourself, pal, and I am very well, thank you very much. Pulls through the tube set, nice and tidy, and Holy bouncing through the tube, clipping the boost, really nice, just clearing that crest of the flat piece of track. Having its way back end of the first race. Nice, over the curb, just with the two wheels on this occasion, not wanting any mistake with the barrier. And hello new boys, hope you're doing really well my man. Comes through the tube exit, it's good and clean, just above that metal line on the brakes, squeal of the tyres as he hits the braking point. Syrod has crossed the line, that time coming down to a 1:28.258. See what Holy comes across with. See as it loads in. Hello, Rezkio. I hope everybody is doing very, very well. We may also have Marine Jack versus Tyrese a little later on, sometime after 10 maybe. Ty's got a Perth playlist. And then he's planning on doing that. The 1:28.924 as well from Unholy. Really not very far behind that best lap. Very nice times from both of the lads. But slightly higher speed consistency from Syrod did allow Syrod keep and hold the lead. Apply the pressure early on. That does take it to 1-0. Hey Ventura, my dude, and Alabo. Hope you're doing really well as well, Barbacks. Nice to see everybody. Hey, and Albo, if you see me commentating, you know it means one thing. I am doing very, very well. I still enjoy this hugely. even if I don't quite get as much pleasure out of the rating on PS4 at the moment. The first race went to Syrod, both getting 128, 28.2 from Syrod, just enough to pick the best lap to the 28.9. Good brake boosting down the straight, and no worries, Ventura. Oh, that camera back, just swing the camera around to the right ever so slightly, getting a little view of Syrod clips the bottom ramp. Alan Smith just extending the jump out from both tilting the car back down to level for the landing. Holy did seem to just get a kick, just a touch of a kick more landing boost. Syrod showing really good aggression over the curbs, widening the entrance into the corner, really nice, feathering the throttle to make sure misses the gap in the barrier just a touch, swinging it through the corner set past that little chicane sort of looking bump in the track, kink even rather than bump. Barbacks, yeah, supporting Syrod, French national compatriot. Syrod is also taking part, Barbac is running at the moment a French world champion to crown like the best French racer, and it's like a trial event, and Holy ever so slightly just undercuts it, lands a car nicely though, catching the in-air control well, pulls himself up. But yeah, Barbac is planning on hosting a world championship available to everybody in the near future after the completion of this one, and I should, all being well, be commentating upon the final of that tournament as well. It'll be a bit of a bigger lobby, I believe 15 players. Coming down around, we did see Syrod just flying through the air ahead, about to pass under the bridge, and hello Tyrese, supporting his French friend Syrod Pro's teammate, much as Syrod is rocking that Nova tag at the moment. He is also, and has been, a member of Pros before I was here, I believe. Yeah, there is rounds, and I'll actually edit the title after this, so it's clear that this is round 2 of the winners bracket, etc, etc, and start putting that stuff in the description with a link to the actual bracket information. Nice brake boosting though into the loop from Unholy. Syrod with a bit of a lead, just completing the hill climb portion. Air at the moment, landed nice and clean again, nice clean landing, getting good revs off it, pulls through the loop really clean. So just going over the jump ahead, camera just getting sucked in the back end of the car ever so slightly. Syrod crossing the line. Did Unholy click the checkpoint? I think he just missed it. Again, really unfortunate though. The 3:47.478 time on the clock, 11 seconds, should be enough time to get there, and you can't feel anything but sorry for Unholy. Did a fantastic job to catch up and to be getting what must have been close to under a 50 with the slight error on the ramp skip. Azzy as well entering the chat. I don't know if Scarface is around, but I have to offer him big congratulations, getting himself 413,000 views at my last check on the old TikTok. Flying up And again, I do maybe recommend it as a platform for some of you guys potentially looking to grow your YouTube channels out. I'm looking into the possibility of it. Yeah, and it really was bullshit, Ventura. He was so close that I thought he just clipped it as he pulled to the left, but must have just driven round the back of it. He's gone TikTok famous now, we've lost him. We are in Tapir race. This is the second of Syrod's picks. But yeah, he's, I believe that the way a couple of people that do it is by uploading it unlisted to YouTube and then screen recording it on their phone and uploading it to TikTok that way. And holy, nice to the left as Syrod gets unfortunate getting hung up in the boost, taking that risky line, nicely avoiding the pins though, ahead by Unholy. Will flick back to Syrod after the tube exit, see how that land lies. He's not too far behind, but did lose a significant chunk of time with the boost, just being a little bit of a bitch. Not to be rude, Rockstar, but that boost, bit of a bitch. Comes through the exit nice and low, flinging himself over to that left side curb, coming across it nice and smooth. No need to take the big risk. The lag on the car, just showing the car flat on its roof through the loop. Skips the second one, really nice. And there's a little "Come on, Wilfred Boney" rendition going off in chat. Here's Swansea City, or used to be a Swansea City footballer. In his first time there, scored a hell of a lot of goals in his first season in the Premier League. Didn't do quite so well from then on out since rejoining, as Mobbin, my man, enters the chat. Hope you are doing very well as well. Flipping over the curbs nicely. I did say we were going to swap back, but we'll wait now until the completion of the lap from Unholy. It gave Syrod just a little chance to settle in. We'll come back, spend 3/4 to a lap with Syrod. We'll head back. 1:53.146. Just over 4 seconds between two, with the 1:57.843 as my man Lazy enters the chat. How are you doing, sir? I hope you're very well. Syrod nice and clean over the ramp. And for anybody just joining, the score at the moment is 2-0 in Syrod's favour. Unholy though with a nice lead at this moment. So as long as he's able to hold on, keep good speed, he's been really close to the pace of Syrod. So nothing to be sniffed at with the lead not quite going his way. See, holding the lead ahead. Syrod skips the ramp, controls that slide really well before it chucks him off the edge. And nice, Lazy's all finished up with his exams, so hopefully we may see him back a little bit more in GTA if his control can play a little nice. It'd be nice to hear them horns as we go through the corner again, Lazy. It's a nice low cut, lovely and clean. It looks like Unholy appears to have matched it. He carried good speed through the lap, maybe not having diminished, obviously, a track. Unholy quite comfortable with 2. 1:50.545. It does come down just under a second though. 1:49.590, pinching that best lap. Gonna have to hope for a little mistake if Unholy's maintaining this level of consistency. We are going to go on to Unholy just as he's in the lead. Just keep a little bit of an eye on the lines, and so we can keep an instant eye on any mistakes. But I think looking the way he's into the drive now should keep this clean. I hope you do, Lazy. I will be commentating on the final of that, and I'd love to have a chance to commentate on you again. That's why I had to go and arrange this 1v1 tournament to give myself a chance to commentate on some of these guys again. I've taken a touch of a break with being a bit of a dip since the update. But after this tournament, if there's like a 2-3 week break between this and the next one, then I plan on doing a couple of bigger lobbies in the public, not in our community public lobbies, sort of thing, that are open to all of the races in the community again. And do a little bit more of that again down the line, so I do really enjoy them bigger lobbies, a little bit higher pressure, and that you can see how he maintained his lead and how he was shortening the time gained from Syrod. That was a lovely low tube exit, barely clearing. You can hear me, I went silent for a second as I bit my lip for just a moment. And Syrod crosses the line. That does bring it back to 2-1. Fantastic drive from both of the lads after the slight issue with the boost from Syrod, getting very unlucky, but appearing not to lose any more time than that throughout the laps, if not gaining slightly. But Unholy, very consistent, lovely clean tube exits, allows him to get down into them mid-50s, which is just not quite enough for them low 49s, with the 49.3 pipping that best lap again. So Syrod very consistent in the 49s from the second lap going forward. Can only be slightly disappointed with the Rockstar bullshit, but can only give full credit across to Unholy for maintaining under the pressure. But as I say, that has brought it to 2-1. Syrod still with the lead. Hello, my man. Bella, I hope you're doing well. That's financial investment. Yep, of course, it's a cigarette. I'm doing very well, my dude. I hope you are too. And I'll let some of the guys get back to you. Syrod coming across the curbs. Unholy must have caught some of that mid-drive boost and good aggression over the curbs, maybe a bit of the brake boost too. Syrod did catch it as well, but good high revs early on from Unholy. He got himself just a little bit more of a lead. Slightly differing lines, but both catching good amounts of boost, and Unholy just inching away through the tube. Green Machine is Unholy's pick, but you can see Syrod with the back end through that spinner section into the entrance of the tube, just nosing into the lead. Unholy pulling it back though with a good clean second half of that tube. A lovely exit from both, maintaining high revs as they enter this snaky corner section. Go to this high camera for just 1 second, catch a nice high overhead of that. Nice and clean. Syrod over the ramp, just having fallen half a car's length behind Unholy, but gets better landing boost to pull him back to level. It's a tight first lap. so far, getting slightly better boost through the back end of the loop, has allowed him to just inch away again, but Unholy pulling back side by side, just a nose ahead from Syrod. Again, you can see barely anything between the two. We are going to pop back to Unholy though here. Nice and smooth over the jump. It looked like Syrod just cut off at the touch of the air, clipping off at the left corner of the ramp. Over the jump, Syrod goes a little higher over the curve, saving himself pulling up quite high, and Holy goes a bit higher at the bank. The brake boost into the tube though from Syrod will allow him to match the high revs. Good smooth loop lines from both. You can see Unholy extending it out before that wall. The slow loop really paying good dividends to shorten the gap. Syrod nice and aggressive over the curve to maintain the lead as they cross the line. It was a fantastically tight first lap. A 32.951 from Syrod is the best lap to the 0.983. Fantastic stuff. Huge GG's to the guys. Top stuff, both into the racing spirit, fully warmed up into the competitive spirit of the 1v1. Lovely spinner section this time from Unholy to pip him into the lead, into the tube. See, pulling up and down, a smooth exit from both. And again, I have to say is these two racers could be considered among two of the most improved in my time in the community. They were both very good when I came into the community, but Unholy's gone from somewhere around to just above my level. I remember racing regularly and consistently with Unholy, but he's taken a huge jump. Syrod's taken a huge jump consistency wise and added that extra bit of speed on top, really bringing his PBs across the board down. So he's a great all-rounder. Syrod is also in pros as well though. He's been in pros since the beginning of pros just about. So there is a little bit of an allegiance from other pros members than myself. I am the unbiased commentator. Do my very best to keep it clean. And Unholy is somebody I have raced with for since just before I joined the main community. So I would like to see him do as well as he can. Syrod is a good friend in pros, always very polite. So again, my aim, my wish is to just see them both come away not being disappointed with their drives. It's all you can really want. It's got a lovely smooth exit from both. Unholy is holding the lead, crossing the line with a 2:29.817. Syrod really closing up on the back end, not quite having the speed to close up. 2:30.198, 0.3 of a second between them best, like just over 0.3, closer to 0.4, but Syrod that thick early boost, just inching ahead. The spinner being slightly smoother for Unholy, good across the curbs. Nice smooth tube entrance from both. Syrod catches a lot of boost in the early portion of the tube. Nice line down the banked wall. That's the thing, is all of these crews, Ride, Goat, Nova, Pros, like we've all got top class racers. We all from the bottom up help out the new guys coming in, see where they level out within the crew. gets Unholy a little bit of lag on the car as Syrod holds the lead, and it is why I always push all of the crews as a good place to go cut your teeth. On the old YouTubes, obviously, when I'm in racing lobbies rocking my pros tag, that's where I invite people. It's who I invite people to. But oh, the lag showing very heavy. We are going to just pop onto Syrod's car just to allow it a little bit of breathing space, and maybe it was affecting the revs touch with the internet being slightly thicker than usual. Syrod tilts the car over the crest of the cut, nice and tidy, of the platform, sorry. Syrod has just pulled into the lead in a slightly stronger position, coming through loops ahead. Unholy does appear to be closing in. He was coming through his final loop just behind, and that was a fantastically tight race. Like, the guys, nothing to be ashamed of there. Maybe the lag and internet connection affecting some of the revs. If I'd have noticed a little bit sooner, I would. I have maybe shifted across sooner. That does bring it to 29.266, pipping that best lap by the 0.6. Does bring it to 3-1. GG fellas from New Boys. And as Tyrese is just bringing up in chat, there is another 1v1 happening. Maybe sometime just after 10 o'clock. Tyrese does have his Perth playlist. And then at some point after that, we will be having Marine Jack versus it's Tyrese. Racing Alley is Syrod's pick. We have Vespucci left to come. From Syrod, we still have yet to see Canyon Crossing, and in the city over the stop strips, a bit of an angle, just trying to break through them slightly quicker. It does appear to have gained a tenth of a second's advantage. Nice clean ramp skip from them both. Yep, Canyon Crossing is coming up. It is an Unholy selection, and that is no big surprise to me with him being a GOAT member. That was maybe a little bit of lag. The car did seem to stay nice and straight, but he did clip both of the pins going in. And he did. Nice cut again of the ramp from both. Unholy skipping off the side a little earlier through the corner. Nice pace. Looked like Unholy was ready to match whatever Syrod did there. If he'd gone for the wall ride, maybe Unholy would have gone in for it as well. Yep, that thick ass bowling pin pressure. But yeah, no big surprise to me for Unholy to be picking track like Canyon Crossing. With him being a member of GOAT, I'm guessing you will have come across your videos on there. Oh, Unholy did just run ever so slightly wide of the corner, and that, with there being no barrier there, does see him go off the track as Nacho enters the chat. How you going, fella? Syrod catching some brake boost down the straight, just rubbing against the cut, clicking a checkpoint, pulling wide around Ooh, from Bala. Let's go, Unholy, just trying to pick him back up. See Syrod chasing the brake boosts, just his line slightly with the fallen pins over the curbs, nice and clean, skips the ramp, dab of the brakes, and Holy though has picked himself back up nicely, really not too far behind. Syrod in for the wall ride, gets it good and clean, good clean wall ride, can gain you good second or so there. Nice through the transition into the tube. You can hear the revs through the loop line in the tube. Strong touch of the brakes as he comes to the crest of the hill, get himself down to the track nice and early before the checkpoint. Syrod, it looks like he was tempted to potentially go in for the coast to coast, had to bite his lip, just take the corners the correct way. And Holy though does appear, or did appear to have shortened that gap down from the mistake, and that's a lower transition, just the one barrel roll. Yeah, it's the only time there is a courtesy on that sense. Oh, Syrod heads nicely. A big brick on the track is in. If it was a side-by-side racing situation there, Ballot, that's where the weight would be. It is a 1v1, like people, you have to learn how to handle the pressure. It is a little bit part of it. The point where Syrod would be courteous to wait is at the end to not DNF his opponent because of the mistake. It's a harsh lesson, but it's a lesson that we all need to pick up on. Syrod, a little bit more experience in feathering the throttle at high speed through them corners. Lovely loop line again, did a good wall ride too. Again, nice man Ballot. And this time, just to allow the weight to become a bit natural, it looks a little low. Does get himself back up, but he's having to respawn, and that will naturally shorten the gap without too much waiting on the line, with there only being one cut left for Syrod. I imagine it will be a slightly cleaner, safer cut. Not wanting to take the big risk. Looks like Unholy maybe went in for the cut and flew out of it a little bit early. Unfortunate stuff, but again, I believe that this is Unholy's first competitive 1v1 tournament myself. It is in my time. I've not commentated on him before, and again he has shown huge improvement in my time in the community. Huge credit to him, feeling ready to step in, and certainly a good few levels above me. Should hopefully see himself do nicely down the line, as Syrod has taken it to 4-1. It isn't over yet, but there is a lot of work, and exactly consistency is the key. And that is what I meant earlier, is Syrod, his consistency has gone through the roof. Is he knows now when to push a little harder, when he needs to, what he can cut out and he doesn't need to not make mistakes. Handling the pressure a lot better than he was. And it is why he didn't sign up to this 1v1 tournament as early as others, is because he was a little bit worried about the way he'd handle it, but he stepped in for somebody else. When I put it in our crew chat, I was going to post it around the community an hour or so later. Just gave my crew a little heads up first when crew member dropped out, so you stepped in, and I believe he is handling it a lot better. Yep. Yeah. Marine Jack, Nacho, Crew Zombie, Ventura, Official. There's people like Luke, Jacob, Jake Chaboy. In the past you've got your Covert Gamers, your Riazes, etc. Raza LD as well. Like all very top level racers. Mobbing, we've got Asan, there's so many. Sick Nasty with some incredible cuts. The list continues, and I am forgetting so many. Kino, we've got Randos. All have had records recently or in the past. Comes through, Syrod is just slightly smoother against the barrier, does take the lead. Oh, the car just not playing nice in the tube there, for and holy, it slides out. We are going to apply some of that pressure. Nacho with I'm bad, yeah, Nacho you're terrible, which makes it all pointless for the rest of us. Syrod has made a mistake through the tube transition. Oh, a slight clip into the tube. We will head over back to Unholy. In the city is his pit. He now does hold the lead. Clearly got through the tube, nice, good speed over the jump, good distance, getting the brake boost down the hill too. Really good to see. That is something that now isn't just a secret among the top. Yeah, you'll have heard of Ride through Gerwin. He's a member of Ride. Nicely up the ramp. There is a brake boost there though, just as you clip that little manhole cover bit. It's a little dip, you can catch a brake boost then up the hill. And yeah, Tyson, he's a good man. Unfortunately, did have to pull out of the competition. Again, a little bit of lag showing on Unholy side. I am connecting to him in America. That's why it does occasionally appear a little bit rougher than the connection between me and Syrod. Syrod not being quite as far away, only in France. Smooth as you like, through the corner, rubbing against the barrier in between the gaps. Nice and clean. Nice aggression, a little bit maybe too aggressive over the curve, caused the car to slide at the apex of the corner. He caught it really well. Heavy on the brakes again and pulls through. Corner pulls a little bit too sharply to the left. He has got a strong lead. Comes through tube. We are going to pop back to Syrod, see how the land lies for him. I tried to mention as many as I could remember. Like I've said in the past, I don't know any of the drama in history really. I just know who's been mentioned to me as quick people from the past and the people I've seen who are quick since I've joined. And Riaz is a member of the past. Syrod nice and smooth over the curbs as he enters the tube. They're just brothers from another mother in another country. Both super quick. Lovely brake boosting and attempted brake boosts from Syrod. Unholy is holding the lead. The mistake 2:18 from Unholy is the best lap. 2:12.364 though from Syrod, really shortening that gap down. You can see Unholy already heading down the opposite straight, skipping a ramp under the tube. You can't in any community. Like, the thing is you can't get along with everybody, and occasionally people get rubbed up the wrong way by other people, and it comes out. Like, it's just something that happens. The bigger a community, hopefully the less likely you are to come across people, or long enough to come across people that rub you up the wrong way for long enough for it to become an issue, which is why I'd like to grow. And Ventura, no problem, my man. But, like, the whole point of me trying to grab it out is so there's not as much pressure on you lot and then us guys that aren't as fast to be the community. Like, we can come in and out as we want, we can do the bits we enjoy, and then we can step in, try and find a couple of friends here and there. But if we don't like someone, then we don't have to be in parties, chats, and let that person rub us up the wrong way too much. But with it being as small as it's been, occasionally you have to race with the people and have a little bit more interaction with the people that rub you up the wrong way. Syrod has had a lovely clean lap, Unholy 2. The gap doesn't appear to have shortened. We are going to see good improvement from Unholy. Syrod, I believe, did just miss the brake boost down the straight, but it is going to come back to 4-2. Just allowing himself a touch more time, feathers and throttle up and over, comes across the line. Yeah, like, it's just everywhere. There's just arguments, and if it ends up in a chat, then it's drama. If it ends up behind the scenes, it's just a personal difference that was dealt with. Like, it's just the way sometimes, in certain situations, everybody gets... I myself have lashed out in public chats in the past. Not our public chats, but other groups and stuff. Well, not myself lashed out, but had the argument in a public chat once it was started, or continued the discussion on. So, like, that was drama. You know, I'm a smoker. I'm too chill now. Like, I work in festivals, which is not working at the moment. Lockdown for me. But this has been giving me something nice to do and treat a little bit like work while I've not got anything on the table. Yes, getting from Bala. And we are on to Vespucci. This is the final of Syrod's choices. We have 2 tracks remaining, including this, which I believe, if my maths are correct, that shall be Canyon Crossing. It is hard, and I think it's something that you learn to handle more effectively with age. When you're trying to take like the higher ground, you can still put your cross across, the point across in a mature way without it coming across overly critical and harshly. The score, Scar, is 4-2 in Syrod's favour. This is Syrod's choice, and he does have the lead at the moment. I can see the lag just affecting Unholy behind. It does appear to have smoothed out, so we will swap back so we can see both of the races. The cars can sometimes get just a touch bogged down at the beginning as they fully connect to the session, and I could see on the map his car heavily lagging around the first few corners and up the straight. And no worries, Scar. And again, I've mentioned it earlier, but congratulations, lad. Past 400k views. Last time I checked, you might be up to the 500,000 by now. Again, good and clean over the curbs. Unholy pushing really wide to the edge of the track and pulling back. Nice and clean, and again feathering the throttle nicely to pull himself around, and we are going to swap back to Syrod just to take some of that lag pressure off of Unholy. Make sure it isn't anything to do with me connecting to him. Syrod, nice and smooth through the corner, did choose to avoid the wall ride knowing he had the lead. Comes across onto the curb, nice and tidy. Through the tube, loop and exit, clean onto the track, heavy on the brakes, into the corner. Tries to speed, gets the brake boost early on the straight. Yes, Scar is also on YouTube. He was just trying to get himself a little bit of extra attention, but it now turns out that's his going to maybe become his main social media platform. Like, he was just giving TikTok a go, and TikTok numbers have well succeeded anything we've got in the community aside from Murder 10k. Syrod again, nice and clean. The lag does appear, it's still there. You can see on the map, car just jolting it around a little bit. So I don't want to apply the pressure to the connection. Through over the curb, Apex is really good and clean. Again, just see it jinking. We'll have a little look on the final lap. Seeing 211.458 for 212.841. Just under a second and a half between the two. Just under 1.4. Replace the noob with Scar. Oh yeah, Scarbot. That's the one. I remember Ty saying and enjoying it in the chat comments. G and Holy looked like he maybe thought about going in for that wall ride. Maybe he had done on the previous lap, on the previous attempts. It was closer. Jink on that little bump in the tube. We will swap back now. And let me know how it comes. Getting the car up. I'm gonna swap back to Syrod. I do wish we could sit with Unholy. Maybe be able to sit with him for the final race. But we will stay with Syrod and just allow his connection to try and straighten out. Coming over the apex, causing just a little slide of the Emirates. This time takes it a little bit smoother. 208.5 4.98 from Syrod on that second lap. Really nice stuff. Really clean on the drop down onto the curbs. Yeah, the one that's had all the views, Venture, is just the first ramp cut on Zebra. Like it's 20-30 seconds. It had 415 when I had a look when I woke up. And then he's got 4 of the videos that are starting to climb up in views a little bit more now. He's got one with a ton. Syrod does go for the cut, knowing he had a strong lead. And again, just allowing the gap to shorten down a bit more naturally. Tap of the horn as Unholy comes through the final bends. Behind, we will try again, see if it's smoothened out, and we'll sit with Unholy from the beginning of the race, see if that helps a touch, or maybe swap on any. Yeah, I believe you can upload from the camera roll. I know people do, a lot of people do it by uploading to YouTube unlisted, and then they screen record it through either an app on Android or on your iPhone. You can do it if you have an iPhone, and then you can upload it through there. No, it's not. No, you won't be lagging on your screen at all. It's just because the way the connection works is you're connected to Syrod, and then I'm trying to connect to you through Syrod, so it's nothing on your side, dude, at all. It just jumps a little bit because connecting to France and then me connecting to France and then US. Those ramp skips suck now that the Emirates got changed. Yeah, it does seem to be a little bit stiffer over the bumps and stuff, so I'm imagining it's changed them sort of cuts quite significantly. Certainly when you're trying to do a little wall ride before barrel rolling back off. We are into Canyon Crossing. This is the final race, this 1v1. As I said, later on we'll be bringing you Marine Jack versus It's a Tyrese. Again, I am hugely looking forward to that. My palms have been damp throughout this. No other way to describe it. Always found these a little nervous, and at some point in the course of the next week, me and Nacho will be facing off. So I'm just waiting up now and Holy back up to speed, swings into the lead, just feathers the throttle through the corner a little bit more. You can see the lag a little bit on the car still, and like he says, it's not on his, happening on his side. Big slide after the ramp cut, so it's just waiting up, not wanting it to go down this way, and it has all been decided at 5-2, so it knows that they can just enjoy the race a little bit more. Cut not very clean, not quite having speed with feathering of the throttle. Holy does need to respawn. I'm not 100% sure Tyrese has a Perth playlist, but we think sometime around 10 PM UK time. It's a nice ram skip, straightens the car out in the air, lovely through that barrel roll, and gets into the tube nice and clean, pulling up, back down, and then round, voids the spinner prop really clean. Letting the car naturally drift around, occasionally he'll be tapping the right control. Stop himself falling through the tube line too quickly. Lovely again. Pulls up and high and then down low, midpoint of the yellow for the exit. A little bit of the lag now showing on Syrod's side. The engine note completely diminishes. He goes in for the wall ride. It looks rough, but it's actually really clean. Not sure what's going on with the connection here. We will try and flick to Unholy as he too gets a smooth but laggy on my screen wall ride. Connection and not playing nice. Maybe there's been a slight wobble in my connection here. Do appear to be able to swap between them quite freely. Both cars are lagging a little bit. Peer-to-peer connection not playing nice with us at the moment. Could be, but I wouldn't be able to stream. If my connection had diminished, I wouldn't be able to stream. And everything's still good my end. I'm not dropping frames. There we go, it seems to have sorted itself out. It's like, part of the problem is, Valerie, Rockstar do peer-to-peer connections. So if there's a slight wobble on my end, or Syrod's end, or Rockstar's peer-to-peer connection service, it affects all of us really badly. I've always wished that they'd done server-based, so we all connect to the server. God, with a nice clean exit. And just coming underneath 202.499 from Unholy, from Syrod, sorry. To 14.432. There was a couple of mistakes. Comes out of the ball ride again, lovely and low, nice and clean. Clips the curb in the tunnel, really nice. Hear that high engine rev singing out, just drifting to the right, gets a little close to the edge, but nice and clean. 150.514 from Syrod. We are going to pop back to Unholy. Does seem to be a lot smoother at the moment into the bull ride. Clean, a little high on the exit. Gets the car straightened up. Down the tube into the tunnel. Yeah, it's a great effort all around from Holy. Made it through the first round. He beat Leo Geo. He made it through to the second round. And as much as he does fall into the losers bracket at this moment, only aside from Nacho, really you can consider one of the strongest competitors. And that is another thing, just to point it out on stream, Nacho has replaced Tyson, with Tyson having had to have pulled out such short notice. I didn't really have any option but to let Lord Life through with a bye, so he is into the winners bracket. Nacho is going to fill Tyson's spot, but in the losers bracket for Nacho, unfortunately for him, only has one life, but he is Nacho, and there are very few people that do stand in that sort of level's weight, so he stands as good a chance as any. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said to him, and as I said to our guys in the party chat that night, I just hope it's not too bad, and I hope everything's good. He's a good, like I say, he's a good man. But Syrod does a DNF Unholy on the final race. That has taken it to 6-2. Huge GGs to both of the guys. It has been some phenomenal racing as always, some beautiful cuts, and we have to congratulate Syrod. He progresses through the winners bracket, and Holy won 48.374. That would be why he was pushing, getting close to a PB. Maybe was. Yeah, and that again, that is where I meant that Syrod's just pushed himself into the closer to and maybe potentially into that upper bracket of racers. And my commiserations do on this occasion go to Unholy. Unholy dude, like I said earlier, you have shown some huge improvement. It was just 6-7 months ago, like me and you on a regular, like 2 or 3 night a week basis, were racing around Racing Alley and shit side by side, and you've shown huge improvements. You'd smash people of my level at this point. You carry on the way you're going, and it won't be too long if you continue this kind of progression until you were really pushing these guys. And there is, like I say, there is still a second life in the losers bracket, and the losers bracket does still lead all the way to the final. Thank you all very, very much for joining us tonight. Financial investments, good commentating, Fox, always great to watch the channel. Thank you very much. GG's boys, well done. Syrod, GG's to both. Congrats, Syrod, looked really strong tonight. Kind of expected that. Nah, like I say, Unholy, you are going to become something to watch out for. GG Unholy from Ty. GG's guys. Yes, no, I wanted to say the same thing on Jack and Ty's PL. Loser sings a song on stream. I'll get with that. You know, depending on the song that they choose, I may join them for a bit of backing singing on that, just to, you know, support that load for them, and an extra thank you to them both and to you all for taking part in these streams, and to the racers for letting me commentate on them. And thank you, Ventura, as well, for the comment. Thanks for the commentating, Fox. A pleasure as always. Mobbing agrees with that. And again, thank you all so much. I will see you sometime around 10 PM. And Mobbing, thank you very much. As he says, do hit that like button. There will be another 1v1 a little later on in a couple of hours or so, maybe 10:30. All depends on this Perth playlist and Tyrese after 9 o'clock. For myself, just want an hour's break, get some food, but I will catch you all later on. Thank you and goodbye.